Hey everybody, Matt Hill. I'm here in, I love this town, Midland, Texas. This is the National AADE conference, and I get to meet amazing people who sometimes are super pro oil and gas that maybe even unexpected, but I've seen him on his own platform, and I get all excited. Introduce yourself.
Well, hey, I'm glad you got excited for that. My name's Chris Talley. I'm with ABC Big 2 News. I'm the evening anchor, and on Wednesdays, just like you said, highlighting oil and gas, I have a segment called Powering the Permian. So it highlights oil, gas, energy, all, of course, here locally in our local economy that we have, our local area. The Permian Basin powers all this energy, and I usually come out to events just like this, so I can go ahead and find different people to kind of power our Permian and power our segment.
You're doing such a good, one of the things that drove, and you'll see, like tonight, there's actually a meeting, and you're welcome to attend if you want or start going, but all the people who are doing our own kind of platform news about oil and gas, we all kind of started at the same time-ish, because we didn't see anything positive out there about our industry. We all kind of worked for 20 years really hard to bring energy to the planet, affordable and reliable and abundant. Mm-hmm. And we found out that there was all these people out there that didn't like us, that hated us, that thought we were hurting the environment.
And it can be a downside sometimes too. With my segment Powering the Permian, sometimes it's not always the easiest to find oil and gas professionals who want to be interviewed on my platform, on our newscast. ABC
we're scared. We all would be terrified of the media painting a different picture than we meant to put out there.
And the best thing is that we don't do any of that.
Nope.
We're here to highlight the industry. Of course, oil, gas, energy, this powers our Permian. This powers our area. So for us to get people like yourselves who wants to highlight oil and gas, it helps our segments out every Wednesdays.
I've found out that in Fox 2, you guys will come out and cover the Permian Basin Oil Show, stuff like that. Here, it's different than other states. I feel you guys are partners in your community.
We definitely are.
You like seeing us all thrive.
And a lot of these conventions, we missed this one, but a lot of these conventions, we normally try to be sponsors. We try to have out different people in our sales teams try to come out and introduce themselves, because we are very pro oil and gas for our station that we have here. And to be the only news segment, the only news station to get out oil and gas news in a positive way, to highlight all of our workers that we have here, from the oil rig to people in the offices, that helps us out.
It gets me excited. I mean, it's really one of the, you were one of the first people I saw. I was like, man, it's somebody outside of our industry that's highlighting us, and it's positive, and they care about at least hearing the story without bashing. Even if you were neutral, that would be better than what we're used to.
And it's harder to build the segments sometimes. And I only say that because sometimes these larger executives from these larger companies don't want to talk to you. They don't want to highlight you and have the media come in. And maybe they have something wrong going on, behind the scenes that they don't want you to highlight or ever figure out. But we're not trying to get out there and do any predatory tactics. We're trying to just highlight what powers this economy here locally.
It can move the needle on their stock, something like that. And
you go anywhere else in Texas, there's no other areas with oil and gas like this. You go to Houston, you have all the refineries out in Houston.
Yeah.
You come here, we're drilling for the oil here. This is what fuels our economy. That's what fuels people working, their jobs. So to kind of highlight this out here, it helps me out, and glad I found you.
Thank you for what you do. I get excited. How would you like people to follow you? What's all the best ways?
All right, so listen up, y'all. This is how I want you guys to follow us. You can follow us on our primary Facebook page, ABC Big 2 News, also Fox 24 News. Everything goes back to ABC. You can cut that out if you need to.
No, that's fine.
Oh, it's all live. Okay. Well, so ABC Big 2 on Facebook, Fox 24 News on Facebook. You can follow me personally on Facebook, Chris Talley Talley TV. That's Chris Talley Talley TV. And then on Instagram, it is Talley TV __. Of course,
you're on LinkedIn too. A lot of people are on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Also on LinkedIn too. You can find me, Chris Talley, on LinkedIn. It'll be the same picture you can see on my Instagram.
Yep.
Those are my social.
Powering the Permian. Look that up. Google it. You'll find him.
Google Powering the Permian. It'll take you back to our website, yourbasin.com. So that's how you'll be able to find us. You go to yourbasin.com, click on the on-air tab, and click on Powering the Permian, and you can see all of my current and past segments on there, and it'll direct you to anything that you want to see.
Well, thank you for covering this. I appreciate it. I mean, we all do. AADE, this whole event is to raise money for scholarships for the next generation, and hopefully they'll come into the energy industry and make this industry better, stronger, faster. So that you taking time out to come down here is important. We appreciate it.
And aside from all that, fueling the next generation of these oil and gas workers in this industry, that's very important. I've covered a lot of education stories where there are people who are building themselves up in this industry, whether that's with Ector County ISD, whether that's with Midland ISD, and getting in certain programs so they have that funnel, so to speak, that pathway, so they can get into those jobs as soon as they get out of college.
We have, if there's a career out there that you're interested in, our industry probably has that same career path. That's what we have, we feel like we failed to get out there in education with media and partnerships in media. Like, man, we missed the mark on that whole aspect of getting the news out there to people that, oh man, are you interested in health? We have health, professionals. Are you interested in data? We have data professionals. Whatever you're crazy about computers, you're crazy about robots, whatever it is, join our ranks. We need you.
The best parts of what I'm seeing is that in our local school systems, Ector County ISD, Midland ISD, the private schools, even the colleges, Midland College and Odessa College, they're all creating these programs so they can start funneling these people into these different industries.
Yep.
Because they want to keep these workers local. You have a lot of people who grew up in here in Midland and Odessa, Permian Basin, who they move out to other places of Texas, other places of the United States to go live, to go work, and they're feeling those economies.
Hey.
What I'm starting to notice is they want to fuel these economies here.
Journalism. We have a whole network of marketing professionals and journalists now in our industry, create magazines and content and all that. So what you do is vital.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank
and
you.
Aside from what we do at ABC Big 2, Fox 24 News, and at yourbasin.com, journalists like myself, we want to get out there and we want to let people know, hey, we want to tell your stories, tell them transparently in the best way that we can, and get it out there to the masses. So if there's people here in the local Midland, Odessa area who are watching this, especially here, people at the AADE conference, and they're going to places like Canada, they're going to other places in the United States, they're still getting to watch our content because it has such a huge reach now.
Man, that's awesome.
So it's helping out. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll see you all next time. Take care. God bless you. Bye.